All right, this is your market recap for June 10th, 2025. As you can see, we had a very small day yesterday, so I was expecting a larger day today, which ended up being delivered more so in PM session than AM session. So if we look at the market, market opens here. The reason I was playing bullish today was because overnight, let's see, market opened. Well, if we just look at this week, right? Market came up, took out this high, came down, SMT of these lows. And so from today on, we were just working with that. So my target for the day was always up here. And then nothing else can really be seen on the hourly. So let's go down to the 15-minute. You can see here clearly AM session brought nothing. Within the first 10 minutes of AM session, I ruled out taking a trade. There was, unlike yesterday, there was no direction in where we were going. Yesterday, price clearly made a move and then did its thing, but today we kind of just went up and down. Didn't really have any direction. And then we get this weird spike here. I don't even know what time exactly this is, but there was no news. There was no, to my knowledge, there was nothing that anyone said that would have caused this. But it took out this liquidity down here, and there was no SMT with it. So, I guess. And then we rallied, had an SMT of these highs during lunch, which then led me to play bearish initially for PM session. You can see if you grade this whole thing, you get consequent encroachment or equilibrium of this bullish move at 837, which is also this orange stick right there. And then, so we retrace down to that and then play bullish from there. Here on the 5-minute, you can see the reason I played us having a larger retrace and not, seeking liquidity is because we already took out liquidity before the algorithm even kicked back in. So if we're dragging down somewhere, especially with this higher time frame SMT up here, it's most likely equilibrium. And that it was. There's actually a trade that could have been taken here on the lower time frame, and there's also a trade that could have been taken here on the lower time frame as well. And I'll get to talking to both of those once we get there. But we have this 5-minute fair value gap here, and you might ask, why this one? Well, if equilibrium's here, we're looking for the nearest inefficiency below that equilibrium. Right, because if we think about, let's do this. If we think about price like this, this half is discount, this half is premium. People want to get in their positions at a cheap price, also known as below equilibrium or a discount. So I wanted to see an efficiency in that discount range be filled, and here's that 5-minute. We then expand, fill in this 5-minute, and then kind of go up to target liquidity here, here, and here. Now, if we go down to the 1-minute, AM session's disgusting. So initially, I didn't hate it. We rallied down, had an SMT, rallied up. Nice. But then I saw this, right? We came back down, and then blah, 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 whatever. Nothing happened here. And then even more so, the macro did nothing. So I said, I'm done. And then lunch. For some reason, right as lunch kicked in, we came down, taking out these lows and this one over here. We then rallied, creating this SMT, like I mentioned. And then I was playing bearish for that reason with that SMT, and I could tell we were starting to tip over. Changing the state of delivery with breaking this low here. We kept going. ES at this time was trending downwards instead of going horizontal, so that's another reason why I wanted to take this short. ES did not create these highs here. They did not create these highs. So ES would have taken this short down to equilibrium, which would have been a 1 to 4. And I really wanted to catch that, but I was too late. I was actually still in the shower, or actually just got out of the shower, right as I should have taken this trade. But after equilibrium, we can see that no bodies close inside this 5-minute. We just dip down to 75%, 50% of this 5-minute fair value gap. We then displace upwards, creating a change in the state of delivery to the upside, which would then grant us, even though there's no SMT, we could easily take this as a trade. We see the nice closures down here, so this would have been the trade. Entry here, stop would have been there, constant encroachment of this wick here. And then, of course, we target this high, and then that probably would have been my full profit, in all honesty. But given that AM session was so small, a big expansion could be expected in PM session, which we did end up getting. Right, so that would have been in total 1 to 11, which is pretty good. We can see here, this all happened during the macro. So I was basing this sell side trade off the macro, as well as this bullish one here. So like I said, there is no SMT here, but we have this higher time frame reason between equilibrium and this 5-minute fair value gap to start playing bullish, supported by the change in the state of delivery and reaction off this 1-minute fair value gap. We then react off this 5-minute, and then during this 250 to 310 macro, we have this fair value gap as well, which keeps price nicely there. And then, 250, we expand upwards, taking out this high and this high. This would have been a really good trade to be in, but honestly, I was still upset about being late to catching this one, that I didn't even look to try to catch anything bullish. I did think we would continue playing bullish, but my mental was 100% not there to enter at that time. So decided to play it safe, but that is trade of the day right there. And then once we reach this, that's our target. So we start retracing to fall off the high to close the day. Going into the future, I see us tapping into this daily fair value gap here. Definitely, maybe not definitely. I see us reaching this tomorrow. I don't think there's, nothing on the weekly. I see us reaching this tomorrow. There's also this inverse fair value gap here. Right, that's validated with this wick right there. So I think that'll give us trouble. I think tomorrow's being Wednesday, we might reach up into that, and Thursday, Friday might take us down. Back to here, we've had big week, and so I expect us to, like I mentioned, come up here, have some trouble here, and then have maybe Thursday, Friday play bearish to get us back into the range to end the week pretty small. But, like always, market hasn't opened yet, but possibly looking for us to take out this low and then play bullish from there. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what the market gives us and act off that. So this has been your market recap for June 10th, 2025.